1 week left for film buffs to enjoy the Minneapolis-St. Paul International Film Festival. This morning, we're going to get a sneak peek at one of the documentaries premiering this weekend.
It's a rare look inside the Tibetan community here at home and abroad. Minnesota has the largest concentration of Tibetans in the U.S. Our Melissa Colorado sat down with the director and the star of the film, Miss Tibet, Beauty in Exile.
When we think of Tibet, this is one of the things that comes to mind. The Dalai Lama, seen here last year during a visit to the Twin Cities. Now a documentary from a Minnesota-based filmmaker pulls the curtains on a rather unknown part of Tibetan culture.
I'm here to represent the roof of the world, Tibet.
The Miss Tibet beauty pageant.
That just seemed like an impossible combination, and I was intrigued.
Nora Shapiro's curiosity took her to northern India, a region teeming with Tibetan refugees who have fled their homeland, still controlled by the Chinese government.
There is a complete lack of freedom.
She found a new generation of Tibetan exiles who are honoring centuries of tradition in a Western-style beauty pageant. That's the presenter who calls himself the Tibetan Donald Trump.
This is seen as one of many ways in which voices can be raised by young Tibetan women in this case.
One of those young women is this Minneapolis college student, Tenzin Kechio. Minnesota has the second largest concentration of Tibetans in the U.S.
I had this struggle between Tibetan identity and American identity, so going into the pageant, that was one of my biggest worries, just not being able to be Tibetan enough.
The cameras follow Kechio as she embraces her Tibetan roots while trying to win the crown.
It is a beauty pageant, but behind it there's a greater message, and it's to allow Tibetan women to step up and take initiative and speak out for Tibet.
Speaking up through the power of film. In Minneapolis, Melissa Colorado, KARE 11 News.
Now, the film is screening at the St. Anthony Main Theater in Minneapolis. You can find tickets and screening times by visiting mspfilm.org.